Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And we're marching on with the month of November. We hope you're doing well in school and at work, but you might want to consider pursuing some recreation in the future. If you're working so hard and studying so hard, maybe with the upcoming winter vacation, you might consider going camping. But to a lot of people, camping can be a big hassle.
Well, it can be dirty. I think that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think about camping. I think, there's so much dirt out there. You don't get a chance to really shower very well. There are bugs. All these things are kind of the downsides of camping. I had fun camping as a kid. I didn't care about getting dirty so much back then, although I still did as a little girl. We're going to talk about something that's related but not the same. And it's glamping. We're going to teach you what it means. I have a nephew who taught me what this was several years back. He said he went glamping in his new apartment. I went, what? So we're going to read through today's lesson, and then we'll be back.
Have you ever wanted to go camping but were put off by the thought of setting up a tent, sleeping on hard ground, and dealing with a lack of basic amenities? If so, glamping might be the perfect solution for you. Glamping, combining the words glamorous and camping, takes the outdoor experience to a whole new level. It offers the chance to enjoy nature while still having access to comfortable accommodations and modern conveniences. Instead of pitching a tent, you'll stay in spacious, luxurious tents that are fully furnished and equipped with real beds, electricity, and even en-suite facilities. Unlike traditional camping, which requires you to haul your own gear, glamping sites provide everything you need. You can simply show up and start enjoying your outdoor adventure in style. Many glamping resorts also offer additional services, such as daily housekeeping, on-site dining, and organized activities. Instead of cooking over a campfire, you can enjoy gourmet meals prepared by professional chefs. Some glamping sites even boast hot tubs, spa treatments, and outdoor cinemas. For those who may not be keen on roughing it in the wilderness, glamping offers a fantastic alternative. It eliminates the hassle and discomfort often associated with traditional camping, providing a more convenient and accessible way to experience the outdoors. If glamping sounds like a way to bridge the gap between your love for nature and your desire for a touch of comfort, start planning a trip right away. Okay, everybody, it's time for us to discuss the contents of today's lesson. We want to upgrade your camping experience with something called glamping. Okay, so to upgrade just means to improve something. You might want to get an upgrade in your computer software or whatever. And yes, you have a camping experience in which you go hiking and you set up a tent and build a campfire and stuff like that. But we want to improve your camping experience or make it better, maybe more luxurious, and you can do this with glamping.
Glamping, yeah. Notice glamping's kind of a new word. Sometimes we take two words and put them together just for fun. Sometimes we do this with celebrities. You may have seen things in the news about Ben Affleck, a famous movie actor, and Jennifer Lopez. They got married, and they're Ben Flo. There are other names they call them too. But it's just kind of a fun little thing. Glamping's been around now for several years, though, so you may find it in a dictionary. Glamorous camping. So have you ever wanted to go camping, but were put off by the thought of setting up a tent, sleeping on hard ground, and dealing with a lack of basic amenities? There are more problems with camping than that, for me at least. Put off can mean two things primarily if you're studying English. Here it means you're kind of disgusted by something or annoyed by something. Makes you kind of go, ugh, no, thanks. You're put off. Maybe you're put off by a really bad smell. Maybe you go into the kitchen and you kind of go, oh, what is that? You're put off by that smell. Or maybe someone has really bad body odor and you're sitting in a room with them and you're put off by the smell. That's a way to use it. This is the way that we're using put off here as a definition. But there's a second one that you might be really familiar with. What's that, Tom?
That means to delay something. So if you want to do your homework, but you have other things to do, you want to play video games or get together with your friends, you will put off doing your homework to the last minute. And that means to procrastinate, of course. And we don't want to do that, of course, if we want to be responsible human beings. But here, the meaning is to put off. That just means you don't really like the idea. It makes you feel uncomfortable when you think about this thing. So if somebody mentions going camping, you might go, oh, really, camping? I've got to set up a tent. We got to hike to the campsite. We have to sleep on the hard ground. We have to make our own campfire. And then we have to deal with a lack of basic amenities. So here we've got the word amenity, and that is just something you need in your daily life, okay? The opportunity to use the shower or to use the bathroom, to have 3 meals a day, etc., to be able to turn on the air conditioning when you feel hot. So yes, those are amenities, just things that you need in your daily life. Heating, air conditioning, those are amenities in your home. And yeah, who wants to go camping and suffer like that?
There is some suffering included, I must say. I mentioned bugs and mud and dirt and things like that. There are also animals, wild animals outside. So those are things to consider. Before we move on and forget put off forever, we do have an adjective that you might hear us say as well. If something's off-putting and it's got a hyphen in the middle, off-putting, it's something that is something you don't like, you dislike it. Ugh, that's really off-putting. He's off-putting, or that smell is off-putting, that taste is off-putting. We're going to move on, though. So for some people, camping is off-putting. They don't really like it. So we're taking this idea of combining camping with having some glamour, and we're putting it together. Glamour and glamorous just mean very stylish. Usually I think of money and something that's more expensive. When I think of something that's glamorous, I think of movie stars like that. So if you take those two words, you come up with this fun one called glamping. And it takes an outdoor experience of camping to a whole new level, which means, wow, you upgrade it. You make it better than it was before.
At least for some people. Some people, of course, probably like the roughing it idea of camping, being out in the great outdoors, facing wild bears and wolves and things like that. But some people may be spoiled and they're used to being pampered in their daily lives. So yes, indeed, you might consider glamping because it takes the outdoor experience to a whole new level. It's much better, more luxurious and more comfortable. It offers the chance to enjoy nature while still having access to comfortable accommodations and modern conveniences. So we all will agree that it's a great thing to be outdoors, especially in a natural area by the ocean or in a forest or next to a peaceful mountain lake or something like that. But then, well, we want to go back to the tent and, we have to sleep on the hard ground. It can be quite uncomfortable. So imagine experiencing a wonderful sunset over the lake in the forest and then going back to a nice room with air conditioning and all the amenities that you are used to.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. So having access just means you have something available to you. A lot of times when my internet goes down, I'll say, I can't access the internet. That's the verb form. Or here, it's a noun. So I don't have access to something. Maybe you have friends who belong to a club, but you don't have access to the club because you're not a member. So yeah, having access to more comfortable accommodations is pretty nice. So instead of pitching a tent, here's the verb we use to talk about putting up a tent. You could say, we need to put up the tent, but you'll often hear people say, hey, help me pitch the tent. So you pitch the tent, and you don't say pitch up the tent or pitch down the tent.
No.
You take down the tent, you pitch the tent, pitch up a tent. No pitching up, just pitch a tent. You'll stay in spacious, luxurious tents that are fully furnished and equipped with real beds, electricity, and even ensuite facilities. Luxurious just means very expensive. So you're probably paying a lot if you're buying a luxury good or goods, maybe a car. You're buying a Benz instead of, say, a Ford or a Kia. I've seen those little cars. That's luxurious, meaning an adjective. Luxury is the noun form. Luxurious is the adjective. These are luxurious tents, so they're very, very nice.
So they are tents. They're not cabins or something like that, but they are tents, but they are luxurious, and they're very comfortable, and you can sip on martinis after a hard day's work of camping and of hiking and things like that. And they are fully furnished, which means they have all the amenities. They have beds, they have chairs, sofas, tables, probably a refrigerator, maybe an oven or whatever, and a stove. So yes, it has all those amenities or all those furnishings, you could call them. And it's equipped with real beds. Okay, when you're camping, of course, you might sleep on a mat or you might sleep on a cot.
Sleeping bag, yeah.
We call it sometimes a cot, which is like a portable bed that soldiers carry with them. And it also has electricity, so of course you can look at your phones and charge them and stuff like that. And it even has ensuite facilities. Ensuite just means there in the room, which I believe would refer to the bathroom and the shower facilities.
Yeah, if you're looking around for a place to buy or maybe even rent, they might say this is an ensuite bedroom, which means there's a bathroom connected to the bedroom. You don't have to go out and share a bathroom with anyone. If it's for the main couple moving into the place, we call that a master bedroom, and that usually has a bathroom included as well. Yeah, it's pronounced ensuite, which is weird, I know, because it was a French word. So we borrowed it from the French, but we use it all the time, just meaning something that's connected, a bathroom connected to a bedroom. Facilities. Oh, we use this a lot. Facilities can refer to equipment that you're using for something like camping facilities, hotel facilities, spa facilities, things like that. But it can also just refer to amenities, little things, right? So if you want to be really comfortable, you'll want some facilities as you go glamping. And they have some great ones. They have real beds. I bet they're comfortable with mattresses. We never have a mattress, maybe an air mattress if we go camping,
right?
But not a real mattress. And beds, electricity. Wow, you could have anything you wanted there. It sounds very comfortable.
You might even have your personal masseuse or something, somebody to give you a massage, but that's a topic for another day. And we're at the midway point in our explanation for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher. Listen carefully.
Hello everyone, 我是派老师。今天讲解的课程是11月11号 Unit 5 Upgrade Your Camping Experience with Glamping。这个单元是一篇克漏字测验，内容和露营有关。不晓得听众过去有没有露营的经验？有些人非常喜欢接近大自然，甚至于希望能够在野外住宿，走出自己的帐篷，抬头望向天空，就可以看见满天星斗。不过想到露营还要自己搭帐篷，准备食物，对抗蚊虫，可能会让人却步。但现在有另一个选择是 glamping， 就是豪华露营，只要多付一点钱，人出现就好了，其他事都有人帮你准备的好好的。好，我们现在一起来解题。我们现在先看到第一题，上下文对于解题非常重要。我们先看到前面一个句子，豪华露营结合了 glamorous， 也是迷人的意思，和 camping 露营这两个词，把户外体验提升到全新的层次。接着就是第一题的题干了，从这个 it offers 开始。好，这个句子的意思我们先看一下， glamping 让你有机会在享受大自然的同时，也能享受舒适的空格和现代化的便利设施。第一题的4个选项都是名词，这一题是词汇题，我们一起看看4个选项分别是什么意思。 A. Compensations 补偿， B. Accommodations 住宿， C. Recommendations 推荐， D. Identifications 识别。好，考量前后文，第一题答案选 B. Accommodations 住宿。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. It's our fun unit, and we're talking about something you can do on a break from school, or maybe you have a vacation upcoming from work, which is kind of nice for you if that's the case. Maybe some of you out there have a lot of experience camping, where you go up into the mountains, or maybe you find a field in the countryside, you set up a tent or pitch a tent, as we learned, and you sleep there outside at night, and you cook your meals using kind of a portable, camping situation or setup to cook. Maybe you have a portable cooker that you can take with you. But there's no electricity when you go camping usually.
Right.
And you have to deal with the bugs and the wild animals and the mud and the dirt. Here, glamping changes that. You go and use the facilities of a place. You got to find a company, of course, that provides glamping facilities.
Right.
You can't just go glamping yourself. If you go glamping, you're going to pay some money. So it does offer you a chance to be outside, but it also combines really comfortable facilities at the same time. Things like real beds, mattresses, electricity, a bathroom inside the tent. So the tent is kind of big. You can imagine it's not a small one. The tent I grew up with would fit about 3 people. So, yeah, I didn't love camping as a young person, but glamping might be for me.
Indeed, and of course it does sound very comfortable, very luxurious. And now we're going to move on to the third paragraph where it says, unlike traditional camping, which requires you to haul your own gear, glamping sites provide everything you need. There are different ways to do traditional camping. I've done a couple of ways of camping. One was you simply drive your car to a campsite in a campground, and then you take your tent out of the car and you set it up. And that's one way to camp that's very convenient. The other way is to actually go hiking into a wilderness area where you have a backpack and you bring along your own sleeping bag, your own food, and a tent. A small tent could be attached to your backpack. You hike for maybe 5 or 6 hours, and then you find a place to set up your camp. And that can be quite difficult. It can be quite laborsome. It can be quite difficult to set a camp up. So we're saying you haul your own gear, which means you carry your gear or you carry your equipment with a little bit of difficulty. It's heavy and it makes you tired to carry this stuff for such a long distance.
Now, if you're trying to pick up some slang, let me teach you something they say in America. If someone is needing to go really fast to get somewhere, you could say, you got to haul, buddy. If you haul, it just means you go really fast. Here, though, we're dragging or pulling something. We're using our muscles. It takes a lot of effort. So it's not easy. I look at people who go hiking with these big backpacks, and I think, oh my gosh, that backpack must weigh a ton. And it's hard. It's not as easy as someone who goes glamping, of course. If you go glamping, you can simply show up and start enjoying your outdoor adventure in style. There are glamping resorts available. I can't say that I know any here in Taiwan, although I'm sure there's got to be a couple by now, because glamping is kind of caught on around the world. It's become popular. So you just show up. I'm sure you have to make a reservation. I wouldn't just show up, guys. I would make a reservation first. And then you can enjoy your outdoor adventure in style.
That's right. So do some research online and find a place that offers this service. And check it out if you're interested in this. Yes, indeed. You just simply show up, you arrive there, and you start to enjoy your outdoor adventure in style. It's very comfortable. And when you go back home afterwards, you can brag about the experience with your friends and relatives. And many glamping resorts offer other additional services, such as daily housekeeping, on-site dining, and organized activities. Okay, so yes, you can stay there, but there are other activities and other services provided. You can have a housekeeper come into your tent and clean up. If you had a big party and you've got a bunch of empty pop cans lying around all over the place and there are stains on the floor, yes, you can have a housekeeper come in and clean it up for you and make the place like it was brand new. You can also have on-site dining. Basically, you can eat right there in the tent. You don't have to go out to find a restaurant or something like that. And they probably have chefs come to cook for you, which we'll talk about in just a second here. And there are also organized activities. If you get bored sitting in that tent playing on your phone for a really long time, you want to do something else, maybe they'll take you for a nature hike and they'll point out different kinds of trees and animals and birds.
Oh, my piece of advice here is to leave your phone and your tablets at home.
Ooh, that's a pretty tall order for most people.
Or at least if you go glamping or camping, put your phone away and enjoy nature. You know, there's no point in keeping your head down looking at a screen. If you're in nature, go and enjoy it and get rid of some of your stress and just laugh and have fun with your friends. So here's another idea. Instead of having to camp or cook over a campfire, it's a big fire you build yourself. And it's very hard to regulate the temperature. So I found myself burning things a lot, or the fire wasn't hot enough. It was frustrating. But instead of having to do that, you can enjoy gourmet meals that are prepared by professional chefs. A gourmet meal is food that's a really high quality, really high standard. It's not, stuff like fast food that we get sometimes when we're busy. Some glamping sites, places you can go, even boast or have hot tubs. Oh, nice. Especially in the winter. Spa treatments and outdoor cinemas. Oh, that would be fun. That would be something I would look for. So someone sets up a screen outside and you can watch a movie in nature. Nice.
Yeah, my wife told me that back in the day when she lived in the Juanchun, the military villages, they used to have movie nights, an outdoor cinema night where everyone would gather and they would watch a movie and people would be selling sausages and stuff like that. It was a really good time. And this might be similar here. You can see a movie outdoors. You can have a hot tub bath and you can probably have somebody give you a nice massage. Now, here in the next paragraph, it says, for those who may not be keen on roughing it in the wilderness, for those who may not really like the idea of having a rough time in the wilderness, glamping offers a fantastic alternative. So yes, some people just aren't cut out to go hiking in nature because you have to, carry all your gear with you. You have to set up your own camp. You have to cook your own food. That is too mafan. That's too much of a hassle. Hey, let's try glamping because it offers a fantastic alternative. Fantastic in this particular sense means really great, really wonderful. And the wilderness just means a wild area, usually in the forest. It could be in a desert, but it basically just means there are no houses around. There are no stores, no roads, no vehicles. It's just totally in the wild.
A lot of my Taiwanese friends will ask me how to translate mafan. And hassle's a really good way for a lot of situations. What a hassle. He's been hassling me. You can even use it as a verb. So yeah, it kind of gets rid of all the hassle and discomfort associated with traditional camping. And it's just more convenient and accessible. So a lot of people like to do that so they can get outside. We all need to be outdoor in nature a lot more than we are. Now, if glamping sounds like a way to bridge the gap, there's that a desire to go camping, but you don't like what you have to do to experience the good things about camping or the benefits. This is a way to bring camping and convenience together, and that's to go and glamp somewhere at a resort, go glamping. So this will, satisfy or fulfill your love for nature and your desire for a touch of comfort. You should start planning a trip right away. I think this is great advice.
Sounds cool. It also sounds similar to the idea of having a motor home, like a Winnebago or something like that, and driving around the country. But I haven't really seen those so much here in Taiwan. There have been a few, but not very many. But that's a subject for another day. Glamping is what we talked about today. And if you're interested, do some research. You might have a really great time. It's time now to finish our lesson by listening to our Chinese teacher.
接着是第二题，请看到第二段。好，第二段空格之后从 traditional camping 开始。这句话题干什么意思呢？就是空格传统露营需要自行携带装备，豪华露营的营地提供了我们所需要的一切。Traditional camping 后面的关系子句逗点加上 which requires you to haul your own gear， 这里呢是非限定修饰，补充说明传统露营的状况，需要露营的玩家自行携带装备。后半句从 glamping 开始， 则是指出豪华露营的营地提供了玩家所需要的一切，前后呈现鲜明对比，所以选择 D unlike， 这表示豪华露营不像传统露营那样需要自带装备，其余选项 except for， 也就是除了之外，那 as for 呢是至于， before 是在什么之前，其他3个选项都不合文意，所以第二题答案是 D。 好，那再接着看第3题，前面的句子提到想露营的人可以只要出现就好，这些豪华露营的度假中心提供许多额外服务，包括日常的环境清洁、现场烹饪和活动等等，甚至有专业的厨师可以提供美味佳肴。接着请看题干，从 some glamping site 这里开始，这句话的意思是有些豪华露营的营地甚至于空格热水浴缸、水疗疗程和户外电影院。第3题的4个选项全部都是动词，所以这一题也是词汇题。我们一起看看4个选项的中文意思。 A boast， 那我们可以把它解释为拥有。再来 B shelter 是庇护， C exclude 排除， D restrict 限制。好，那根据上下文，第3题的答案应该选 A boast， 就是拥有。好，再来我们看到第4段第4题，从 for those who may 这里开始哦。好，第4题的4个选项全都是名词，所以这一题还是词汇题。我们一起看看4个选项的中文意思。 A alliance 也就是同盟结盟，再来 B alternative 替代品， C campaign 运动或有时候是选战的意思，再来 D capacity 是容量。那第4题的答案选 B， 表示对于不太热衷在荒野当中艰苦求生存的人，对他们来讲豪华露营是一个绝佳的替代方案。最后我们看到第5题，前面的句子提到 glamping 消除了传统露营时带来的麻烦和不适，提供了更方便更容易接受的方式，让大家体验户外生活。接着是第5题题干，如果豪华露营听起来像是空格，你对大自然的喜好和对些许舒适的渴望，马上开始规划你的旅行吧。第5题的4个选项都是动词片语，我们看一下这些4个选项中文意思。 A tell the difference between 是分辨或分别什么之间的差异。那再来呢是 B bid farewell to 是向谁告别， C bridge the gap between 是弥合什么之间的差距，缩小什么差距。再来 D weigh the pros and cons of 那就是去权衡利弊咯。好，那我们看一下 bridge the gap between 其实是减少差异缩小差距的意思，如果我们把它放到句子里，就表示豪华露营可以弭平我们对大自然的喜爱和渴望些许舒适之间的鸿沟，因为大家虽然希望接近大自然，可是想到要露营其实很不方便嘛，而且可能没那么舒服。那如果选择的是豪华露营的话，就又可以接近大自然，又可以呢去享受这些舒适的设备。所以第5题呢，我们衡量上下文，正确的答案应该是选 C。 好，以上呢是我们针对这篇各路字测验所做的中文解题讲解，谢谢大家。
That's it, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you get a chance to try glamping for a change. It sounds very fun. For English Digest, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye.